Hattiesburg! I'm your host, Emily Blue, here to bring you the latest stories as well as weather updates and all things Southern Miss sports. And we do have a very special guest today. Joining me will be Anna Philpott, so be sure to stick around and hear what she has to say. The segment is very jam-packed today, so let's jump right in. But first, a message from our sponsor.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Recognition for your business or product. Appreciation from a dedicated audience. And establishing yourself as a caring member of the Hattiesburg community are only a few of the benefits of sponsoring programming on WUSM. In addition, our very cost-effective underwriting rates are tax-deductible. To learn more about the upsides of underwriting programming on WUSM, call 601-266-4287.
Welcome back, everyone, and happy Tuesday. And USM Campus News. The immensely popular Festival South brings more than 50 live art, music, theater, and dance events to the Hattiesburg area, May 28th through June 22nd, 2024, featuring many University of Southern Mississippi faculty, alumni, students, and staff. The festival has become a mainstay, offering opportunities to performers and audiences alike. Get ready to experience a summer like no other with the University of Southern Mississippi's Marine Education Center's 2024 summer camps, which offer hands-on immersive science, technology, engineering, and math learning experience against a coastal backdrop. Sea Camp, Island Adventure Camp, Shaggy's Angler Camp, and Sharkhead's Shark Fest are week-long summer camps in June and July for 1st through 12th graders. Each week, campers explore coastal environments, marine habitats, and visit barrier islands. Dr. Serena Cantrell, the Associate Vice President for Student Affairs as well as the Dean of Students at the University of Southern Mississippi, has been selected to participate in an exclusive training program offered by NASPA, Student Affairs Administrators in Higher Education. Today in the Fresh, there will be a baseball-themed dinner. Bingo night at the Southern Wing Company will be Thursday at 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. And sign up for your fall meal plans. In Hattiesburg news, a pilot program for the use of radar cameras in school zones will launch Monday, April 22nd. The program, which aims to reduce speeding in school zones and to assist police in enforcing speed limits, passed with unanimous approval from the Hattiesburg City Council. Cameras will go up at Woodley Elementary School, located on Hardy Street near 21st Avenue, and Grace Christian School, located on West 7th Street. These cameras will not replace the current police officers who monitor the school zones during school hours, but Mayor Toby Barker says that he hopes the cameras will help officers catch more speeders. In Mississippi news, the Mississippi Department of Corrections announced that 34 inmates graduated in early April through the new program aimed at reducing the number of people returning to prison. The Re-Entry Academy is a 3-month structured program designed to strengthen inmates' life skills and to help them assimilate back into society. The program intends to stem the recidivism rate within the first 3 years of release. In other news, ATO is hosting a crawfish boil this Saturday, and the tickets are linked in their Instagram. Cost $25 for 1 ticket, $40 for 2, and $100 for 5. Contact a brother for more information. USM Greek Life fall recruitment is open. The esports tryouts are April 22nd through 30th and will be held virtually. Join the esports Discord or follow their Twitter for more information. That's it for the news segment on Southern Miss Today. Next, we will have the latest in Golden Eagle sports and the weather. We will be back after a word from our sponsors.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager, Learning the Lingo. GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for greatest of all time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, everyone. Diving into the Eagle Sports segment. The Southern Miss Women's Golf teed off at the Sun Belt Championships yesterday morning at Lakewood Golf Club in Point Clear, Alabama. The 4-day event features stroke play over the first 3 rounds and will switch to match play for Thursday's semifinal and final rounds. The Golden Eagles lineup includes Momika Ando, JC Fields, Elena Malich, Rajini Nave, Murchi Corbacho, and Taylor Tribble. Taylor Tribble has been tabled as an alternate for Southern Miss. Ando's 72.8 strokes per average will lead the Golden Eagles by nearly 2 strokes, as Malich is averaging 74.7 strokes per round. Southern Miss baseball rallied from a 6-1 deficit and got 6 strong innings from reliever Cross Sylvie, as the Golden Eagles won the final game of the Georgia State Series, 14-9 Sunday afternoon at the GSU Baseball Complex. The Golden Eagles improved to a 22-14 overall and a 9-6 in the Sun Belt Conference action, while the Panthers fell from 18-17 and 9-6. Southern Miss softball earns its first home conference series sweep in the Sun Belt, closing the weekend against Georgia State with a 4-1 victory on Sunday. The Golden Eagles allowed just 1 run through 3 games this weekend, leading the program to its first sweep series at home since the 2019 season. For more information on USM sports, visit southernmiss.com. For the weather today, there's a high of 83 with a low of 63. It's going to be cloudy with no rain, and hopefully the sun will come out. Up next, we have the Mississippi Moments brought to you by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage. Check it out.
This is Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. Judge Harvey Ross grew up in Clarksdale, Mississippi in the 1920s. He describes the racially segregated society at that time as absolute and unquestioned.
In Clarksdale, segregation was absolutely total. For example, on the Eliza Clark School ground, where all of the swings and sliding boards and sand piles and wading pool were, black children were simply not allowed to set foot on that school ground. If a black child was walking to town from there, rather than walk across the school ground, he had to walk all the way around. And it was religiously adhered to. It was just an accepted way of life for both black and white when I was growing up, because nobody questioned the system. There were some black public schools. Myrtle Hall, for example, was operating. It was a 2-story black school, and to my recollection, that was the only black public school in Clarksdale, and operated almost entirely with cast-off from the white school system.
To hear more, visit MississippiMoments.org or just like us on Facebook. Mississippi Moments is supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. The humanities are for everyone.
That was the Mississippi Moment for today. Coming up after a word from our sponsors, we have the pleasure of hearing from one of my sisters, Anna Philpott, about Greek life from the students' eyes.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Sponsorship comes from American Graphics. Located at 8 Commercial Warehouse Drive in Hattiesburg, American Graphics provides custom screen printing and embroidery. They can be reached by phone at 601-602-2277, and the website is goamericangraphics.com. American Graphics, printing at its finest.
Now let's please give a warm Golden Eagle welcome to Anna Philpott. Hey Anna, so nice to have you joining us here today.
Hey, thanks for having me again.
We're so happy to have you back.
I'm
so
happy to
what
be back.
sorority are you in?
I am in Pi Beta Phi.
So when did you join Pi Phi?
I joined in the fall of 2020, almost 4 entire years ago.
Wow. So fun. So why did you decide to go through Rush and join a sorority here at Southern Miss?
So I grew up with mainly guy friends. I usually only had like one girl best friend or whatever. And so when the pandemic hit in March of my senior year of high school, I started hanging out with my female friends a lot more and just making those bonds with women. And it became really important to me to have a support group of women throughout this time in my life. So I came to Southern Miss. I didn't know who else from my high school was coming. I didn't know if I really had intentions of hanging out with my high school friends anymore. So I knew that I needed to find a group of people who could support me, and I really was interested in sorority life because of the philanthropic aspect and the fact that they have like a social cause and like to give back to something that matters.
So what does Pi Phi mean to you?
Pi Phi means to me, wow, the meaning has changed so much over the years, but what Pi Phi means to me now is a place of belonging. It has given me the tools to find out my true identity and to really blossom into myself, and it's brought me to so many different paths that have given me so much success and just direction in life. So what Pi Phi means to me, I guess, is just a piece of my heart and finding my best friends and learning so much about myself each and every day.
Do you think that you've really made that same impact on Pi Phi?
I would like to think that someone could say that, but you know, you never know. But I really hope that they think of me fondly as fondly as I think of them.
How has being in a sorority affected your college experience?
It's definitely given me so many connections because I came in already in the Lucky Day Citizenship program and the Honors College, so I had some connections through there. But being in Greek life has given me so many different friendships that I absolutely would not have made if I had not been in this community. Can you repeat the question?
How has being in a sorority affected your college experience?
Yeah, yes, it's just introduced me to so many different people in so many different clubs.
Everyone's just like by default friends with each other. If you're in Greek life, it doesn't matter if you don't know them. Just the fact that
Yes.
you're in the same concept,
The common ground creates so much community. I don't know, just like passing somebody and being
like a safety net.
hey, this is going on for both of us this week. How are you feeling about it? It just gives you something to talk about. It gives you something to already bond about. And that kind of goes into like the networking reason why people join Greek life.
It helps with so many different aspects.
For sure.
And of course, like I'm a freshman, so my experience is very different than yours, but I see so many doors being opened.
Absolutely.
So considering that you've been in Pi Phi for 4 years, you've obviously definitely served with this chapter. What are some of the positions that you have served and some of the things that you've done with Pi Phi?
The 4 positions that I have served, and people usually only serve 3, but I like came into one kind of accidentally when someone just quit in the middle of things. I served as the performance chair for like song, which means that my sophomore year, I really helped coach the team with Chi Omega's Songfest, and we won 2nd place that year. That was awesome. And then I was the director of new member experience, so I led the newest member class through their little classes and educated them on Pi Phi and made sure that they were being taken care of until they got initiated. And then I served as the vice president of community relations in 2022, where I oversaw 2 team members of mine, and we handled our service, our philanthropy, and our PR and marketing. And then finally, I almost forgot. And then last year, I served as the chapter president, which was really, really cool. And I tried to help restructure some things and give a lot of the power to the chapter and really try to wrangle in on that idea of servant leadership.
Yeah, I came in with you as our president.
I know.
I remember walking in on Rush and I was like, oh, she looks so fun. So considering that you've been in the sorority for 4 years, what are some of the struggles that you have faced? I know there's plenty of so many good things that we can constantly push out for recruitment purposes, but what's something that that's kind of hard to talk about?
For sure. I think for, transparency's sake, I would address imposter syndrome. Because I didn't grow up with a lot of girlfriends, sometimes there are moments where I feel really different from everyone, but it's really comforting to know that, like, when I walk into a room, people are excited to see me. So even though I might feel different, maybe I am different, but they still consider me as someone who belongs, and that means a lot to me. And then also just the positions that I've gotten myself into and the different clubs and organizations that I've gotten plugged into because of Greek life. Sometimes I look around and I'm like, I don't know if I deserve this. When I was serving as chapter president and, random people would be like, oh, Mrs. President, or be like, oh my gosh, like you're a sorority president. It would kind of be one of those moments where it was like, it's not really a big deal, but you have to sit with yourself sometimes and think about the things that you have done to get yourself here and the reasons why you've made an impact. So I think imposter syndrome is just what I personally struggle with the most. I think outside of that, sometimes sorority women get a bad reputation, but I think that that's something really interesting about USM is the Greek life here is really, really different. I don't know, it just feels pure. It feels very friendly.
It's
like
less
it a lot.
intense.
Yes.
I went into it thinking it was going to be similar to like what everybody sees on TikTok with Alabama Rush.
Yes.
And then here I'm like, wow, this is a breath of fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some things that you love about Pi Phi? I know I kind of asked you, what does it mean to you? But what are some things that you love about the sorority and like the people in it?
So I've mentioned the organizations that I've joined a couple times, and so I just kind of want to plug that. Like, there have been sisters in the past that have gotten me into other things. Like, I am now a campus tour guide and a member of Eagle Connection because of one of my sisters who's graduated and is working at the University of Tennessee at Knoxville now. Her name is Amy Clevenger, and she made a lasting impact on this university, and I wouldn't be in Eagle Connection without her. And so it's really cool. Like, now I get to recruit new students and invite their families into our campus, all because I joined Pi Phi. So it's funny to think about that domino effect and just like the other things that I have been able to do. Like, I never would have studied USM trivia and sat in Shoemaker Fountain all day had I not joined this organization. Yeah.
There's so many relationships that you make. So you kind of just love it as a whole.
Yeah, and aside from that, my sisters and the events that we throw are amazing. I've loved like seeing the campus come back alive since COVID, and all of my sisters are so funny, and something that I really, really value about Pi Beta Phi and why I choose it every single day is just how authentic the women are in this chapter. And I feel like they'll tell me what I need to hear each and every time, and they're going to keep me accountable, and they're going to push me to be my best self, and they're going to be like, you need to get up and go to class. I don't care how tired you are. It's good for you. Like, whatever is good for you. I think they're just really, really encouraging. I love my sisters.
What are some of your favorite memories with being in Pi Phi? I know there's so many and so hard to choose from.
I know, and it kind of all blends together.
You just everything, all the little things.
Right. So in 2022, we have this huge philanthropy event. Our big signature event is called Lip Sync for Literacy, or Wing Ching, and it was formerly, yes, it used to be 2 different events, and we combined them into one. And we go to this local venue, and they sell plates of chicken wings, and then we have basically a lip sync battle between all the fraternities and sororities who want to participate on the stage. And in 2022, it was so amazing because I was in the DJ booth at the very back of the room, trying to make sure that everyone's tracks got played in the right order, and I just watched the room fill up and how excited people were to be there, and it was really, really cool to see how people support each other here. And then another one of my favorite memories is I've gotten to travel with my leadership position. So I went to St. Louis, Missouri last year for a leadership conference, and that was amazing because I got to really, really bond with with the majority of my executive team at that conference. And I got to travel to a new place.
Yeah, that's always a good one. Do you think that Greek life here at Southern Miss differs from other schools? Or how do you think that it differs from others? I know that I mentioned that SEC style is very, very different. But even though we're in the Sun Belt Conference, which is still not a small conference, looking at schools like Texas State, their Greek life is a lot more intense than we are.
Yeah, I think something that's cool about Southern Miss is that you don't have to be in Greek life to be successful, which I think is, a good thing to keep in mind, because if it's really not for you, that's okay. And you can still do something with yourself and make an impact. But I think it's a lot more fun when you're in Greek life.
It gives you something to do. It gives you a schedule.
Yeah, and it gives you people to belong with and, places to go and things to do, like you said. So I think a big difference in it that sets us apart from our surrounding schools is how fair and easy we try to make the recruitment process. We try to make it completely, painless in every sense of the word, really, really comfortable. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. And also just at the same time, pushing you outside of your comfort zone to meet new people and do new things. I think that we do a really good job of making sure that people are well taken care of throughout their recruitment process and their new member process. So I just think that it's so much nicer. I love that it's smaller. We all know each other. It feels but there's always someone new to meet as well.
Mm-hmm. Just when you think you've met them all, you haven't.
Yeah.
So what are some of the opportunities that Pi Pi has given you?
Yes. Okay. So plenty of opportunities for leadership. I'm now, because of my growth in Pi Beta Phi, I had no idea what I was going to do in college. I didn't know what type of person I was going to be. There was a time with my membership in Pi Beta Phi when it was kind of rough, and I was sitting wondering to myself, is this really worth it? Am I going to see it all the way to the end? And I'm so glad that I have. Sometimes you can't give up on everything, Sometimes you have to push yourself and make yourself do something that you're afraid of, and it's gotten so much better. And so my personal growth in that has led me to these leadership positions, and now I have I'm working on a certificate in leadership through the school. So now I'm going to have that on my degree, and I definitely would not have done that without being in a sorority. Also just I have joined so many clubs and met so many people. I just can't go on enough about it. And I feel like the bravery that I've kind of accumulated from being in Pi Phi has pushed me to do things that I never would have. I studied abroad twice in Spain, and that also led me to changing my major. I feel like joining Pi Phi has really set me on the course of finding out who I am, because I don't know, I changed my major, and now I just feel like everything in my life makes sense. And I will go up to different people and do a bunch of different things and perform on campus with my band, and it's a whole bunch of fun.
And my last question for you, in one word, how would you describe Pi Phi?
I've said this for 4 years, and I'll say it one more time. Genuine. I think not only are the women in Pi Phi so genuine, but most of the women that I've met in CPC are so genuine and authentic and real, and just have introduced me to an aspect of womanhood that I had never known before, of true friendship and belonging, and just being a girl and seeing how silly life is, and reflecting and having deep conversations and crying on people's shoulders and running into people's arms and giving them huge hugs, even though you just saw them last month. I think just the genuine feeling of being truthful and being authentic and being a friend is how I would describe Pi Beta Phi.
Well, thank you so much, Anna, for joining me here today and giving us an inside look at Pi Phi and Greek life at USM.
Thanks.
Coming up next, we have a news wrap.
Hello, Golden Eagles. My name is Kennedy Drake, and I'm here with the Community Calendar, where we gather information from around campus and within the community near you in Hattiesburg. Get ready for the Ambassador Series, where they will present Long Beach live swinging at sunset with the Southern Miss Jazz Tet. The concert begins April 5th at 7 p.m. in Town Green Pavilion. The musical group is filled with 6 individuals who showcase their skills by playing a variety of instruments. This group is sure to take you on a musical journey. The University Forum will take place with the famous guest speaker, John Green. Mark your calendars for April 9th at 6:30 p.m. in Bennett Auditorium. John Green is an author and creates educational videos online. Don't miss the chance to learn how to reach success and become more informed about educational topics. Forest County Farmers Market Spring Festival will take place April 13th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on the 1200th Corrine Street. This is the perfect opportunity to get fresh foods, baked goods, and plenty of accessories. Mark your calendars for an evening of shopping. If you are in the mood to have a good laugh, come see comedian James Gregory at the Joe Paul Theater in the Thad Cochran Center. The fun starts April 14th at 5 p.m. Gregory's comedy is based on real-life experiences that will leave the audience in uplifting spirits. Bring a friend and enjoy comedic storytelling. If you have an event you would like for us to promote, send it to sm2news@usm.edu. This is just one way we thank our community for watching Southern Miss TV and supporting us here at Southern Miss Student Media Center. Visit our website, sm2media.com, to keep up with all of our news. Signing out, I'm Kennedy Drake, and this has been your Community Calendar.
Thank you so much for tuning into Southern Miss Today here on Southern Miss Radio. A big thank you to the wonderful crew who keeps this program running. Our audio engineer, Darius McDermott, Alina Pedletsky, our live stream producer, Annalie Johnson, our producer, Oare Adek, the executive producer, the program director, Shania Williams, our GM, Dr. Wilbur Martin, and me, your host, Emily Blue. That wraps it up for today. Remember, soar high to the sky, fly eagles fly.